Are you interested in art?
Yes, I would say that I'm really interested in art. I really like to look at paintings. I like to look at theater, plays, and I also like to read a lot of books that I find to be artful. I know that a lot of my friends would laugh if they were to hear me because I don't look like somebody who is interested in art, but I really am.
Do you like to look at famous paintings?
Yes, I do. And my favorite picture is the Mona Lisa. I really like to look at her mysterious smile. I think it's a really interesting painting. I also like to look at it because a lot of people say that there is a lot of mystery when they stare at it. So it intrigues me especially because of that. I also like to look at paintings that were made by Picasso and Van Gogh as well.
When was the last time you went to an art museum?
It was last month. I met somebody who works at an art museum in my city, and I didn't know that my city had an art museum. So when I discovered that, I told myself that I absolutely need to go to check it out. And I actually wasn't disappointed because there were plenty of interesting works of art over there.
Are you exposed to art often?
If we count movies, independent movies, then I would say that I'm exposed to art on a weekly basis. But if you would say that movies are not art, then I would say that I'm exposed to art on a monthly basis. But in my opinion, I'm exposed to art often because I think movies are art.
Do you know any artists?
Besides Picasso, Leonardo da Vinci, Van Gogh, who are the most famous ones in my opinion, I do know more because I study history of art. But if you ask me if I know any artists nowadays, if an artist is a friend of mine, I do know artists. He's a painter that really creates interesting paintings.
You will have 60 seconds to prepare, and then you will speak for between 60 to 120 seconds. Start speaking now.
My favorite animal is the dog. The reason why this animal is my favorite one is because I think they are really loyal and because they have feelings for us. They care about us. They would try to help us if we are in trouble. They have all the noble parts that humans have, and that's why they are my favorite animals. I did have a dog as a pet when I was really young. My grandpa gave me a puppy, and I raised it as my own. To be honest, I was really young, so my dad was the one who did most of the things connected to the dog. But sadly, the dog scared the kids in our neighborhood, and my dad, being the good neighbor, took the dog back to my grandpa. Now I see this animal up close many times in my life. Either we are talking about dogs that live with their owners, or the street dogs that roam in the streets. I interact with both of these types of dogs, and I always feel okay interacting with them. I would definitely love to own a pet, but because I'm somebody who travels a lot, I cannot afford this luxury. And I really think that this is a luxury. Because I like to go away quite frequently for a week or even longer, this would be really bad for the dog because it would not get the attention that it deserves.
What do you think about the current situation of animals in our world?
I think it's pretty bad, whether we are talking about wild animals or domesticated animals. I think that they find themselves in a really tough spot. I think that we don't give them the attention they require and they should get. We're taking advantage of them as much as we can, and we are doing it in an absolutely reckless manner.
What should humans do in order to improve the lives of animals?
I think that we should start by treating them with respect. Now, what this means is that we should give a lot of space to domesticated animals. We should give them good food and not the stuff that we have been feeding them already. We should do our best not to cause them any unnecessary harm. And I think also that we should punish all the people who do bad things to animals.
What is your opinion of zoos?
To be honest, I think that they are prisons. In my life, due to some illnesses, I was forced to be shut in. I was not allowed to leave my home until this illness passed. And then I understood how animals must feel. To be forced to stay in an enclosed area is definitely unpleasant. And ever since then, I became a vehement opponent of the zoos.
Should we expose kids to dogs at an early age so that they are less afraid of them?
Yes, I think I should. I see that many kids are afraid of dogs. But I think that they just misunderstand dogs. And that because they don't know them from a very young age, they are a bit scared of them. But if we expose them at an early age, I think they will be much comfortable with the dogs. And they will know how to behave around dogs.
Some people consider animals to be their friends. What do you think about this?
I think this is absolutely true. Even though animals are not as intelligent as us, now here I'm talking about dogs and cats, you can certainly feel they have feelings for us, they care about us. That when we feel bad, they feel bad, and that when we are happy, they feel happy. So even if they are not intelligent as us, we can still call them friends.